Hello guys, welcome to another lesson of controlling Arduino using Python. In this lesson, we are going to do something very exciting. For the first time, we will connect an analog input to an analog output. We will use a potentiometer to control the brightness of an LED. So we already know how to wire and how to read the value of potentiometer from the previous lesson. So if you don't know how to just code a potentiometer, how to connect it through your Arduino, please watch the previous lesson. When I turn the knob, the LED will smoothly change its brightness. A potentiometer does not give just on or off. It gives a smooth range of values between 0.0 and 1.0. Now, here is the important idea. LED brightness can also be controlled smoothly using something called PWM, pulse width modulation. So PWM allows a digital pin to simulate analog output by switching on and off very quickly. Okay guys, let me show you how we can set up our hardware. A potentiometer, I think you all already know how to just use potentiometer because we did it in the last session. There's a 3 legs, so the middle leg goes to the A0 and the other 2 legs is positive and negative. And our LED, I'm gonna connect our LED, for example, like here. You know, this is the long leg, this is the long leg, and this is the short leg, right? Okay, so the long leg. Okay, so the long leg will go here. Okay, and this is the short leg. Okay, and this is my Arduino board. See guys, the pins with this side, they are the PWM pins. So I'm gonna just connect one of the legs of the short leg of my LED to the GND of my board, and the long leg, okay, the long leg will go to the pin number 9 of my Arduino board. And potentiometer, you know, the 2 legs that they are at one side, one of them will go to the GND. Sorry, Wiz. Okay, this goes to the 5 volts, and the other one will go to the GND. Just the pins are very close to each other, guys. Be very careful. Oh, see, I made a mistake. Just be very careful that connect them, you know, properly, because they are small and they are very near to each other. And the middle leg, this one goes to the A0 of our Arduino board. Okay, so this is how we finish, you know, wiring and set up our hardware, and we can go and start coding. Okay, as usual, I should go and just, you know, create a new file. I think already then all of you know how to do that, so I don't explain and I don't waste time here. I'm gonna give it a name. I'm gonna say, for example, LED underline brightness dot py. This dot py is very important, and this is the name, so you can just give it a name, whatever name you want. Okay, so we start by importing exactly what we need from Python 2. Arduino is the class we use to connect to the board, and util contains the iterator What is iterator? Iterator is a helper that continuously reads incoming data from the Arduino. We also import time, so we can add small delays. Now let's go and do all those things. From Python2 import Arduino and util. Next thing, we're gonna import time. Okay, so we imported time. Next step, we have to connect to our Arduino. How we can do that? We can do it manually again. I can say port equal it should be capital CAM9. Okay, and board equal Arduino port. Okay, so here we set the serial port. On Windows it is something like CAM9 or CAM something like that. In the Linux and in the OS or other things, it different, but be very careful. You have to change this CAM9 because yours is might be definitely different than mine, so be very careful and read it from your Arduino IDE. Now let's start our iterator. We can say I can call it iterator equal to, I'm going to use my util library, iterator open and close parentheses. I'm going to start it, iterator dot start open and close parentheses, and I'm going to just add time that sleep for how long? 0.1. Okay, so this part again, I'm gonna just tell you, it's very critical. It's critical for reading analog inputs. The Arduino sends data continuously, but Python isn't listening by default. The iterator runs in the background and receives all messages from the Arduino board. If you forget this, you will never get any potentiometer reading. So this iterator is very important. And after restarting the iterator, we add a tiny sleep to make sure everything is ready before we continue. Okay, so that is the iterator. So we finished creating and starting our iterator. Let's go to the next step. Now we need to set up our potentiometer, the analog input. How we can do that? I'm gonna just again give it a name, pot. We explained all these things in the previous lesson, so if you think some part is a little bit hard for you, you can just go to the previous lessons. I explained everything in details and line by line. I will say pot. It's just a name, variable name, pot equal to board dot analog. Again, I'm gonna use port A0, pin A0 on my Arduino. I'm gonna say pot enable reporting open and close parentheses. Okay, so board dot analog 0, the first line. This line gives us an object that represents analog pin 0, A0. And now about this line, we then call enable reporting on it. This tells the Arduino firmware to automatically send the analog value every time it changes. Without this line, the pin would stay silent. So it's very important. Okay, so we set our potentiometer pin. Now it's time to set our LED pin. How we can do that? We can say LED. I'm gonna just call it LED board dot get pin. Okay, get pin, exactly like the first lesson that we had. We can say, because LED is digital, we can say D colon 9 colon, this time it's PWM, so I'm gonna say P. Okay, P. This is very compact way to configure a pin. Let's break this one for you a little bit more. No, this part. Okay, so D means digital pin, and as opposed to A stands for analog. 9, oh, why I put 7? Because I'm using pin 9. Okay, 9 9 is the number of the pin that we are going to connect our LED through. Okay, and this P, the P stands for PWM mode. Okay, so that's it. That's for the LED. Okay, now it's time to just define the callback function. So a callback is a function that we tell the library to run automatically every time new data arrives from the potentiometer. So how we can do that? I'm gonna say def, and I'm gonna say pot callback, and I'm gonna give it value, and I'm gonna say if value, is not none. What it can do, it can just print us a message. First I'm going to use f string f potentiometer value, and I'm going to give it this value. I'm going to say value. So I want 3 numbers after decimal point, so I'm going to point 3 and f, so that stands for float. So this part, column.3f, this formats the number to show 3 decimal places. The potentiometer reading comes in a float between 0.0 and 1.0. So where 0.0 is 0 volts and 1.0 is, it stands for 5 volts. So finally we send the same value to the LED. How we can do that? Okay, we can do it by the line that we're gonna write now. We can say led.write, but instead of other times we used to say 0 or 1. It means turn the LED on or off. But now we want to tell the program to control the LED through this value. So instead of just saying 0 or 1, we can give it this value. Okay, so by this line, as I told you, we send the same value to the LED. So if the potentiometer is at, for example, 0.2, the LED gets 20% brightness. At 0.0, the LED will be off, and at 1.0, the LED will be 100% on, or it means it will be full brightness. That's all. Okay, now it's time to register our callback function, because we finished our function. We finished creating our function, but now we have to just register it, or we have to make it in a way to use it. How we can do that? We can say pot.register callback, and we're going to give it the name of our function. Our function's name is pot callback. Okay, so this line, this only line, tells the potentiometer object this. It says the potentiometer, whenever you get a new value, call this function and pass the value to it. So from now on, every tiny movement of the knob will instantly trigger our function. This is how we're gonna just use this function that we defined here. Okay, all right, now it's time to keep our program alive and to keep it run forever. And also, again, as I told you, safety is first. We want to define an emergency exit. How we can do that? First of all, let me just be fantasy again, like the other times. I'm gonna say when the user run the program, first of all, we want the user to see a message. For example, I'm gonna say turn the potentiometer, turn the potentiometer to control LED brightness. Okay, so this message, and now it's time to just write our while loop, try and exception, and while loop. I'm gonna say try. What it's gonna try? I'm gonna say while. Okay, while true is true, I'm going to say time that slip 0.1. Okay, and I'm going to define our emergency exit, except keyboard interrupt. Okay, we just exit from the program safely. How? Board exit, open and close parentheses, and at the end just print a message for the users and say program stopped. Okay, so you know what this means? Our callback runs in the background, okay? But if we don't keep the main program busy, it will exit immediately. So we create an infinite loop with a small slip, right? So we wrap it in a try and except block. Also pressing Ctrl C raises a keyboard interrupt, this part, keyboard interrupt exception. So we catch it, call board.exit to cleanly close the serial connection and print a goodbye message. I mean this message. Program stop. Okay, now we finish coding, guys, and it's time to just test our program. Okay, I'm gonna just run the program, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen if we did it correctly, or there's any error or anything else. Let's go and run the program. Okay, guys, I'm gonna just run the program and see what's gonna happen. Okay, we are waiting. Oh, there's an error. What it says? It says iterator 97 iterator util that iterator. Okay, create positional argument board. Oh yes, I don't know why I forgot about this. We have to start our Arduino board. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that, guys. I'm gonna just run it again and see. Oh, what? Hey, I hope you just shouted at me. Yes, you have to put your board, because we want to use iterator where I want to use it on my Arduino board. So I have to pass my board here in the iterator, and then I'm gonna start my iterator here. Okay, that was the mistake of me. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna run the program again one more time. Oh, okay, that's great, guys. Now let me just turn the potentiometer and see. Just take a look at the LEDs, guys. And yes, see? And check the messages also. See? It's as I am turning the knob. Yes, and now it's 1. 1 means 5 volts, and it is fully bright. And now I'm gonna turn the knob again and see if, yes, that's great, guys. See? Yeah, it works very well. Okay, guys, that's great. It's working properly and everything is fine. And just about that board at the beginning, that I made a mistake, then everything else was okay. And let me just check the Ctrl+C button again. Yes, program stopped. See here. Okay, guys, hope you liked this lesson. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson.